That's all good, but hey guys, it's another video from the White Shorts Club. We got Myth, we got Winds, we got Kaichou.
Oh?
We just finished up the tournament, and we're here with the second place is finisher with running a FGO deck.
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I gotta say those are some banger games that we saw from you.
Oh hell
Definitely
yeah!
a lot of fun stuff. But yeah, without further ado, if you want to go ahead and show us your deck.
Yeah, I've never done this before, so this might be
first time for everything, right?
But yeah, unlike his the last deck profile, will be probably a lot more like it's gonna be a lot more greedy. I'm a really greedy type of player. Like just to preface, like I think I haven't played that long, obviously, but just after playing, I feel like the game can reward like really greedy decks because like you know there's so many consistency tools throughout the deck, like in the game in general. But I feel like you don't have to play all four of stuff like that. I think that's just overkill. I think it's unneeded. It's up to the player to get that.
I'm sorry. This sounds very close to someone I knew about like 4 years ago. I think his name was Naicho Kozumi, but that could just be me.
Yeah, you greet on the way, you don't greet at all, like Panna says.
I mean, if you could, while you're putting down your cards, if you could match the orientation to match your playmat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yep.
No, it was just like this was how Long had it earlier. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of not forums because I don't know. I just don't believe. Well, it's not that I don't believe in forums. I just don't think they're necessary a lot of times.
Forums are against our religion.
Sure. Yeah. So let's start off. I guess start off with like kind of board plus kind of playables, like level 0, like turn 1, turn 2 type of things. Play 3 of SD Mesh. It's a promo. I'm probably not gonna explain every card because all of them are pretty simple, right? Like just known profiles, but so it might be kind of weird. Like, so first of all, it's a blue fix, right? Because I don't play standby because standby is sleeper. So yeah, it's good fix obviously, and then it's an oversize, right? I'm pretty big on winning board most turns, or at least at level 0, because I really like getting like generating stock, like a card generating multiple stock, because that way you can like if a card generates like 2 stock early. That means like I can lose board later on, and then like not mine because then I'll still have the stock from whatever. So like just to use utility cards. Yeah, so this was like kind of the best blue like playable, like I guess early size I can think of. Honestly, I'm not gonna be real. I'm real. I haven't looked through like the whole set because like even if I have, I don't remember most of the cards. But yeah, so it's if I have 5 or more cards in hand, it gets 2k. So it's kind of like the Goblin Slayer Chaser. So it sets at 3/5. And then the other skills, when my opponent fronts something, I can sack it and then give that thing 1k. And aside from being oversized, it's like the really big part is I can obviously deny reverses. Like I think it's caught almost everyone off guard today. Like I think Hung's probably the only one that didn't get caught off by it. Yeah, like they don't think about it because like you don't really see the card a lot. So I just play something else, maybe like a coin flip later, and then the coin flip bounce back. There's only this, another thing. And they'll be like, oh, like they're so tunneled on like my center lane because my center lane in this deck is kind of where a lot of the power goes because of the brainstorm. So they're usually like asking numbers. They're really focused on the center lane, and then like they double field all in reverse combos and like 2 Shimikazes, and then they front the first one and stack this, and they just lose a plus. It's like it actually works against like it catches people off guard. Like I kind of also build my decks to like they're probably not good throughout a sustained tournament, like because in a tournament setting, like you kind of just like you win by surprise. Like if people know what your deck does, it's kind of like that they're prepared, like even though they shouldn't be prepared. Yeah, so that's just an oversize. Next I play 2 of the marker Ishtar. It's like on play top check, and then if it's a character, you can marker it, or you have to marker it, I think. Yeah, you have to marker it, I think. But and then if I was a marker, it gets 2k, so it's 4k, so it's not a futaba. It's
sorry to interrupt. It's actually optional.
It's optional.
It should be,
yeah, it's a futaba profile.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. But honestly, I ended up playing. I play this set too. Realistically, I don't play JP, or I have like 1 deck in JP because I'm mostly an English player. So we don't have the Ishtar promo, the on attack like power pump, and then on cancel go to stock. This will probably end up being that, maybe. Yeah, honestly, I ended up playing this a lot more, or just having played the deck, I played it's a lot more than I expected. But even at 2, I feel like it's just like I don't I don't really need red until like, level 2 really. But like, yeah, so I don't mind having only 2 of them. It's just, red fix, like I play enough red, it's fine. But it's a good thing to and then in late game you can sometimes I just play this in the back row to marker 1 card and then just compress by 1. Like I end up searching this. Like if I hit a brainstorm for like 2 or more, honestly I just search one of these and just plop it down, just compress 1. And yeah, like I feel like usually it just just helps my deck state. If not, you play it. If you hit a climax, a brainstorm, and just plus. Yeah, so that's like 5 oversizes feels like a good, number. But then I also play like 3 more playables. Like these are like the cards I can play whenever. Like like turn 0, turn 1. I don't feel bad playing them down. Yeah, I played 3 of the coin flip. Okay, it's not really coin flip because coin flips suck. But yeah, coin flip's just there. It's like if it pluses you, it pluses you. It's whatever. I try not to rely on coin flip, even though the deck build you build your deck around it. Like you want to play less 0 so you don't whiff as much. I don't play events, so I don't have to worry about that. But I don't know if it's on events. But yeah, the main skill is just pay 1, sack it, check it, look it up to 4, add a character. Yeah, it's like deck speed. Can get you the cards you want. I don't play any green. I don't play any other greens anymore. So the green fix doesn't really matter. That's why I only play 3. Like 4, I feel like especially when I only play 3 blues. Like it's kind of whatever, and it's a nice card. You can you can just play it in addition to any of these, like 2-lane, direct with this or something. Or you can kill most things with these. And yeah, next turn maybe it pluses you. That's cool. It's just yeah. So I play like 8 playables, kind of like early playables, and it's like really nice. I can almost always have playables. I don't feel bad. Yeah. So for utility, that's like a hallmark of every deck I play. I think I play 2 climax swaps at least, because you just see later. I don't think I've played a deck that only has 2 climax combos in like a while. So yeah, I like one probably wouldn't be enough because I always need a climax swap, like just in case. Like these are almost one of the top things I'll search off brainstorm or any stuff like that. Like search them. The mill 2 is actually kind of annoying. Like the neg 1k is cool, but like free has the drop search that negs 1 for free, so it's kind of annoying. Like honestly, like I don't think I've ever milled into a climax I want. And like, yeah, honestly, it's like cool. Maybe early game you can play it down, snipe out a thing, but that's like pretty situational. But yeah, climax swap. Huge fan of them. Yeah, honestly, it's like pretty much a prerequisite for me to play in deck. If the deck doesn't have climax swap, unless it's like an anime I like Axel or something, I probably won't play the set because I just And then I played 3 brainstorms, just because again I don't think 4 is necessary. I don't really have a problem seeing it. This card's cool in combination with the other back row we play. You'll see later, because it makes your center lane. It just buffs it by 500. But, like, I mean, it just makes the center lane like pretty big. Like since we played the level 1 book combo, that thing sits at 5/5 on its own. If you have 2 or more, and this just make it 6k in the center, and that's already like it's like Goblin Slayer power levels. And then if you have the 1/1, the priestess card, that'll be 7k, and then you play backups, obviously that's like 9k. Most level 1s, even like standby, have a hard time getting over that. So yeah, and it's search brainstorm. Honestly, the set doesn't have a salvage brainstorm, so it's honestly like the only choice you have. You have like a spammable brainstorm, but it's kind of bad. Yeah, like but honestly, search is like fine. Next bunch, some 1-ups. Play 1 drop search, 1 drop salvage. Honestly, it's just because I don't know which one I would prefer. Honestly, every time I've seen them, it doesn't matter which one it's not that it doesn't matter, but like every time I've seen it, it's been the right one. So like I don't know which one I prefer. So I just keep playing 1/1, 1 and 1 each. I mean, this one can power pump, but again, I don't personally when I play cards like this, like Slime Prince. I don't play Adventure Time, but cards like Slime Prince and stuff, I don't play them for that. I play them for the main role. It's not like Dow where they play the drop salvage for the check top 2 because that's a guaranteed thing. This is like, it's RNG. I don't want to have to play RNG when I already play such a greedy deck. Like I don't want to have to rely on that. So the power pump's whatever. And it's not like we play anything on reverse. Well, we play some on reverse, but it's like late game. So yeah, it's not like we play the Shimakaze on reverse cigarettes at level 1. So the power pumps, whatever. This top check, it's a top check. I side a lot. You guys watch the game. I side a lot. So top checking is always nice. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Top check 2 for this set was kind of bad. It's like Jaguar, it's like green or yellow. It just gets 1500 on play. It's pretty bad. Yeah, and it's like off color, so yeah, it's not worth playing. Yeah, so that's it for the level 0s. Oh wait, no, it's not. Play one more. Yeah, play one of the play one of the Ereshkigal level 0 comes with the gate. Let's play one of so on. It gives what, level 500, and then when you play the gate combo, Final Battle with Mother, which there's 2 versions of. There's a 2 soul and a gate. I played the gate, spoiler, but yeah, when you play it, if you have 2 or more other characters, everything's traded, so there's no problem with that in the set. But yeah, you can revive a 0 from your waiting room. Make that right. Yeah, you can just revive a 0 from your waiting room. So like I only play 1 because I don't actually play that many gates. I only play 2 gates. Maybe I'll play 3 in the future. I don't know. But it's just a card you can search off. Like you can just get it, and then if you happen to have the gate early and you don't have like a climax op to get your book or whatever, and then you can just incidentally revive like the coin flips, like the best card. If you have a coin flip, this in your hand or the other or the gate in your hand, I'll like search this, then you can just revive this, and maybe you double plus, like you revive this, and then their power, like especially at level 0, like on level 0s, you don't mind rushing like that because you're not playing an on reverse combo, so you don't care if they smack your board. Like obviously, if it's a deck that like their Shimikaze is like their own way to plus, maybe you shouldn't do that. But like if their combo if they don't care about hitting 1 first, then you don't care about them hitting 1 first, right? So yeah, you can just kind of rush with this, and yeah. And then if you hit the coin flip, it's like feels good. But honestly, it doesn't really happen, so it's whatever. But yeah, honestly, I don't regret this. I tried this out in standby. Felt terrible because your back row is obviously a lot more restricted in standby. So I hit standby. It feels very rigid. So yeah, having this is just oh, and on level 3 turns, since you don't have Cocutus obviously because you're not playing standby. You might not have as much stock. So this also lets you just field another like playable when you combo with the what's her name, with the Ishtar finisher. So it just lets you like try field with only like 3 cards or whatnot. Like a climax and 2 of these, and this and the finisher. You still try field, and that's like really nice because try fielding is pretty important, I think, on your finish turn. Like you couldn't do it with 1 because you don't have stock. Usually I do that as the last attack. So yeah, it's level 0s. I think I play 16. I sometimes I 15 and lower just feels really bad for me. Even though I play so many playables, I just feel like I don't hit them enough. So yeah, for level 1s, play the book combo. Wait, it's reversed. But yeah, it's play the book combo. It's cross turn, have 2 or more other characters, gets 1k, so it's at 5/5. And then it's on attack, if I have the book combo, ditch 1, anything. So I can ditch climaxes, pretty important, because sometimes you just draw climaxes, it feels bad. And then you look at up to 4, add 2 characters, or add up to 2 characters. Honestly, this combo is like, it's pretty whatever. Check top 4, add 1, like normal Magaros are already pretty whatever in my opinion. Like they're passable, but this is pretty yeah, like top 2, especially if you hit 2 climaxes, it so feels bad. Like you just get no selectivity, and like sure you have like a decent amount of fix, which is why I play more later on. But yeah, but it's big, so I prefer it over standby, and it doesn't make me have to play standby. And then yeah, like I honestly prefer the Kingu combo, but it's yellow. I don't want to play like quad color, so yeah. Honestly, I think I tri-fielded this once, and I wouldn't really recommend tri-fielding this card ever. Because like milling 12, like sure you can deck speed through your first deck, but one that makes really awkward timing with your mash early play, because the deck only has 1 like on early play heal, and it's 2 or less. So if you go through your deck too fast, like on your first deck, you go through like your whole deck and you're still level 1, you hit level 2, you cancel like 3 times, and suddenly you can't play your early play. It's like super awkward timing. And then every time you refresh, you have to take a point of damage. So that means like you'd have to go through your deck again, take another point of damage for no reason. So yeah, honestly, I only like fielding 1 of these. Like it's like fine. Like it's not obviously nowhere near as good as like Yuki from Sao, but it's like when I play it, I have a similar mentality where it's like, it pluses, it lets me filter, and that's good enough. Like 2 is fine. It holds board because it is 5/5 base. Not quite goblins are good, but yeah. But we have other cards to help with that. But first we play like 2 different bombs. We play 2 of the Ishtar bomb, 1 Adachi. This is like you have to play this if you're not playing standby kind of, because this is out standby. This out's like early plays. Bottom decking, I think in this deck is like is pretty significant in my opinion, because especially because your finisher, Ishtar shuffles cards back. So like if you bought deck a card, you could confirm like they have one card in deck or something, and you manage to shuffle one back. It's like 2 cards, and then you shuffle 2 back from the Ishtar, and it's complete burn 4. Because but yeah, so this is like you kind of have to play it, and then it's on color with blue, which is like nice. But I don't think you can play more than one of these because then they just get cloggy. Yeah. So since I said I play a lot of filter, play 2 Ishtar bomb. I wish this was kind of the Sakura bomb or whatever from like normal Fate, where it's this, but then it's a cost 0 bomb, and it's like a stock like clock bomb or something. But yeah, it's on reverse level 1 bomb. I guess it's better against standby, so that's nice. Yeah, and then on play, you Stitch Climax, salvage something. This is also like I need more salvage because, sorry, the brainstorm goes as a search brainstorm, and then your level 1 combo goes through your deck, so you don't really have a lot of salvage or like waiting room selectivity. So having this is just really useful. And again, like I tend to draw a lot of climaxes, helps me to draw climaxes, get playable cards. And yeah, it's really nice. And it's 2/5, so it can pretty much swing under almost anything and like force them. Like against standby decks, like sometimes if they I feel like if standby decks don't have a good like early game, sometimes they lack hand, like they'll have a 1/1 or whatever. They lack hand, so you just crash this in and you're like, hey, you wanna discard 1 to keep your standby target? And then yeah, it's just nice, like just making them bleed resources. And then kind of actually a center point of the deck. I played this in standby too, but it's this thing. It's I don't even know what it's called, but so it's like half of it's like the priestess, the naked priestess from Goblin Slayer. During my opponent's turn, all my stuff gets 1k. So it makes your importantly makes this thing sit at 6/5, which is like again pretty big with backup. Makes your early play sit at 12. Makes your bodyguard sit at like 13/5, pretty big numbers. And then the second ability, which I thought was terrible at first, but the more I play it, the more I like it. So pay 1, rest it, and then you can give one of your units the thing in front of like continuous till the end of your opponent's turn. The thing in front of it gets -1 soul.
You actually just
Honestly, I still need to get better at the timing, like to know when to use it and when not to use it, because obviously that's something since they can choose what goes in front of it, and it's only -1. It's not like -2 like most
nice
next souls or anything. They can use it to their advantage, but otherwise, if you're in a state where you're winning board, like really hard, like with your early plays, stuff like that, you tanking up super big. They're like, do they want to side? They're probably not going to want to side. But if they crash, they're going to lose board even harder, which means you don't have to play climaxes. You can just swing with your stuff, vanilla, like 3s, 2s, stuff like that. Yeah, this kind of holds the deck together. Like without this, you couldn't play a tanky level 1 or 2 like game, and then you would just bleed resources the whole game because this deck is like, yeah, like it doesn't have anything insane. There's nothing super special about FGO in my opinion. That's just a pretty standard set, pretty subpar. Doesn't have like insane finishers or like utility pieces. No stock swap, no like Fumio stuff like that. So yeah, just being able to like play a tankier game is really nice. And then especially against standby, honestly, like negging 1 soul to something is just nice. Like they usually swing for a 1, maybe 2. So just eating little bits of damage is really nice. Because yeah, the set only has 1 early play heal. So if you eat too much damage and you just shoot up, you're like screwed. Then before I go to the top end, I just play 4 backups. 2 blind stock, 1 Leafa, and then 1 level 2. It's only level 2 I play. It's the Mill 3 guild promo. The 2 blind stock counters. I just wanted to play 4 counters. I was originally playing like 3, like 1 of each, my original list. I just wanted a 4th counter so I see it more. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I like 1 card difference in your deck like rarely makes a difference in my opinion. Like I don't think I ever saw like I was like, oh, I wish I had a second copy of this or any of them. Like it's just counters like you want like 2 of maybe, right, in your hand. But yeah, it's just I like the blind stock because I don't have to pay a stock, because again sometimes especially if you're eating shit, you're just not gonna have stock. So blind stock's nice. Sometimes you blind stock climax, it feels bad, but I think if you know your deck state, you can kind of play around that. And then Leafa counter is a Leafa counter. It's a level 1, which is actually kind of feels bad because since we only play 4 promos, 4 backups, since I want to win board level 1, you kind of sometimes you lack power on your backups when you go up to 2 and higher. But yeah, the Guild Mail 3 promo, I think it's probably a bit better to standby because it plays a bit grindier. But Mail 3 is nice. When you use it, obviously matters. Sometimes you can you can compress your opponent's deck, which I think might have happened in my game today. But yeah, usually you can hit a climax off of it if you time it right. It's a 3K backup, so obviously it's a big step up from 2K. And yeah, milling 3 from your opponents is, yeah, it can 3 points towards refresh is 3 points towards refresh, you know. And sometimes a lot of people, they play like, what's it like? They want 4 cards in deck, so they swing 3 times of 1 card in deck. You just play this. Now you force them to refresh. Maybe they're planning on hitting like a climax. Now you mill back 2, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. So for top end, or I guess well, level 2 game. It's not much level 2 game because the set again lacks a lot of tools modern decks have, in my opinion, or modern decks need to succeed. So you kind of have to play 4 mesh. I personally I'm not a fan of playing 4 stock heals, because I don't like having to ditch for all my healing. But it's the only one we got, but it's pretty okay. It's not insane, but it's the power condition's nice. It's just 1K for each back row. Yeah, so it's all pretty much always 11. And then it's a 2 or less condition, which is it's pretty iffy. 4 more is probably better, because realistically, I used to think you'll just feel like, oh, you hit level 2, you know, you play 3 early plays. Now you play like 1, maybe 2. But yeah, so it's awkward because that means if you pay out a climax with this, sometimes you just can't play a second one. Yeah, it's a stock heal, but it does. It's a mash, which is pretty important for like one of my later top 10 cards. And it sits big. It's probably the big. It's like tied with like the Ishtar finisher for sitting at 11, biggest number. With the back row in the center lane, that's like 12-5. Back up, that's 15-5. It's pretty big for most things. And then the other early play we play is 2 of the top check X Ishtar. Play 2 just because again, I like looking at my cards, looking through cards for just pieces. Since we have stock heal, since we have another card later, that we have a good amount of level 3s that can play for 1 stock. You don't mind. Honestly, I feel these at 3, they just get you into climaxes if somehow I don't have climax, even though I have a decent amount of ways to get into them. It kind of sucks that it doesn't get power because it's 9-5 vanilla. But yeah, honestly, this card's like top check X is cool. It's a 4 more, so it's if they were swapped, if the conditions were swapped, I think this deck would probably be a lot better. But they're not, so it sucks. But yeah, this top check X is it's top check X. Nothing insane. Yeah, Ishtar name doesn't matter. Mash name's a lot more important in this deck. For our finisher, main finisher, we play 3 Ishtar. I don't play 4 because you're never gonna. So like my what's it called? My like philosophy with deck building is if you play how many you imagine yourself playing +1, right? Like you're not gonna try to field this. Like if you have what is that like? You need like 10 stock or something like amount. Like you're not. This isn't standby. You're not gonna have 10 stock to try to field this. Honestly, even in standby, you probably only play 3 of this. But yeah, it's an okay finisher. I like it because it's Ishtar. It's pretty explosive. It lets you it lets you play pretty aggressive, but or it lets you kind of not aggressive. Sorry, it lets you lets you do kind of dumb stuff like side. Or you don't have to push your opponent like super high. You can kill them from like high 2, sometimes depending on deck state, obviously, or like low 3. I don't know. I wouldn't say consistently because I honestly only ever field 1 of these, but yeah, it's just a really explosive finisher. It probably clutched me almost all my games today. That's just like really, yeah. It's it's pay 2, ditch 2 on attack, shuffle 2 back from your opponent's window. I think you get to choose, and then burn 4. Burn 4 is actually like pretty feels bad. If it was burn 3, this would be a lot better. So when your opponent has 1 card in deck, you can't shuffle back 2 and burn exactly 3. You have to burn 4, so they can cancel. I think it came up like once when I've played this card. But yeah, other than that, it's an 11K healer. You can just play it to heal, and it's big because you have your back row mash, so it sits at like 12, maybe 12-5. It's in the center, and then you can just protect it with backups and then blow them out later. 2 more climax combos. We played 2 of the trial deck mash combo. This was the guild finisher, but I didn't feel like playing green because I playing tricolor like hurts my brain after too much, even though I play quad color sometimes. But yeah, so my philosophy was this, or the guild finisher was like this, kills your opponent if they're like in a shitty deck state, right? But if they're compressed, this is never going to kill anyone. Like, sure, you can say, oh, Weiss, you never know, but let's be real. Like burn 4, swing for 3, like that's fat numbers, dude. So you play this. I was playing the Gil because again it burns 1 and it's stock heal, but like it just didn't feel good. It just didn't feel good to have like. And when I played that, I kind of wanted to play 3, but I didn't have room because like that was a card you could double field, kind of like the Ishtar. But this you only need 1, so you can just play 2. And this felt really nice. Like it's just an on play heal. Like the other one's just 10k on play stock heal. Like, it's not a huge difference personally. Just do you want the hand or do you want the stock? And honestly, like I personally have to play. It's like they're kind of the same, so I just chose this one. But this lets you play pants, which is like really good for greedy because obviously most of the time the trigger of a climax, in my opinion, is like super unimportant. Again, unless it's standby, because like standby just warps the game like that. But like triggers are pretty unimportant. Like the amount of times you actually trigger if you don't have twin drive or anything like that, pretty low. Like I probably triggered like probably 10 times total the whole like tournament, right? So, but if you do trigger, right, what's the difference? So if you hit the Gil climax, which is a bar, it's like cool, you have climax in your hand, right? But if you don't want the climax, you have to have a climax swap, which means you have to have another piece in addition to like whatever your finisher you're using. But if you hit a pants, you just get the climax you want. So that's just I think just having one less card you need just kind of saves you. And technically that one climax swap, that's already a stock and a hand you used for that you saved, the one stock you saved with the Gil, you ended up using that anyways for climax swap, right, to your Ishtar finisher. So yeah, this just lets you kind of play a tankier game. Honestly, I've probably only used this once. That's why I've only 2 of. Maybe I'll drop to 1 of because it's play empty pants basically. But yeah, it's bodyguard. It sits at what 12-5, 13-5 with the thing, and then it's just bodyguard. Normally, on its own it'd be whatever, but I do play. I guess I should bring this up. 2 of the Mash and Fujimaru. It's like the MVP of the deck. It's my favorite card in the deck, pretty much. So most people play the Gil off finisher. It's like on play. It's an 11k, and then on play, you get search any character, and then it's ditch 2 on reverse clock kick, right? I think this is just a lot better because one, it combos with this, combos with the mash, makes all your mashes, even like if they have a shitter lane, like even your like level like 1 mash, level like maybe a level 0 mash can suddenly become like pay 2 burn 1 off finisher. Like like sure you can say they can cancel the 1, but that's fine, but canceling 1 is just like its value, like good. And then because so it's sorry, this card's all your other mashes, it doesn't include itself sadly, so it is I guess kind of combo reliant, but you pretty much always have a mash because most of the cards are mashes. He has all the other mashes on reverse pay 2 burn 1. Yeah, so it's pretty comparable to the clock kick in my opinion, but I don't want to ditch 2 and then ditch 2 for the Ishtar finisher because a really common board I have is the early play that I've been protecting, one of these and one of these. I don't want to have to ditch 4 in addition to having these. That's like your whole hand. Like if you're having a bad game, it's pretty feels bad because with this instead of the Gil, all you need is like 2 stock going into your turn or going into your finisher, like into attack step, and you can do both, which is like pretty good. Wait, do you need 1 stock? You need. Yeah, no, you only need 2 stock. You might need 1 stock. I don't remember, but yeah, it's whatever. And then the second ability, which is more important than the Gil's search ability, because again, you have like so much going through your deck, you can like search really easily. All your stuff gets characters. You have drop, search, drop, salvage. But in this game, getting climax is like pretty hard, right? So on play for the second effect, draw 2, and then you can drop to 2. Yeah, drop to 2, and then choose 2 cards, regardless if you draw 1 or 2 or none. But no, sorry, if you drew, you have to ditch 2, and then you can blind stock 1. So this along with stock heal basically plays for 1 stock. So again, this helps playing low economy kind of, lets you play around stock swap, stuff like that. And yeah, makes all your mashes off finishers. And this is, yeah, it draws you into climaxes. This with the top check X, you pretty much always have climax you need, like for really low, for pretty low cost, like 1 stock with this, 3 stock if you had to do both, and it's like, and as long as you had something else on board, you can finish. But yeah, really normal combo is just this with the climax combo. You just do this first, and then you get the stock to do the final reverse, and that kills people. And then for climaxes, obviously, play 4 pants because you have to play 4 if you're level 1 combo. Even I am not brave enough to play 3 yet. Yeah, a book sucks. I hate book. Makes like when you have books in your deck, and your deck is really small, and you want 1 card in your deck, but you still have books in your deck, it's so awkward because if you check it, suddenly your like deck counts completely off. It's terrible. I hate it. Like I play Aqua, but that's a meme deck, so I don't care about book, dude. In this deck, which I'm trying to play like kind of more seriously, book's terrible. It's optional, sure, but like you want the plus, like so it's just awkward. 2 gate, I could play 3. I was playing 3 because I do have 3 triple Rs, but 2 is fine. Never had it come up again. And I played 2 the trial deck combo. You could honestly, it's probably interchangeable. You could probably do 3-1. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do 3 this way because like you only play 2 of the bodyguard, and I don't think I've used the bodyguard in the tournament. It's like really use case, right? But yeah, just greedy. But pants lets you be greedy. Yeah, because you can just grab. Sometimes you can just grab a climax. Yeah, that's my deck profile.
Any closing thoughts on like some of the matchups, like what you think you might have changed, knowing what you went into today? Like any tech choices, any like other cards you might have considered running?
I mean, again, I already mentioned the promo that English doesn't have, the Ishtar promo. That thing's like really good.
Yeah.
Honestly, that makes standby probably a bit more appealing because it lets your 6K on swing and rush combo swing for 7/5, which is significantly bigger. You can actually hit over a standby target or tie it at least. It's like I don't think on swing 6K is worth playing. Honestly, for level 0s, yeah, that's kind of it. There's Ricky. Honestly, the more I play, the less. I used to really like Ricky's, but this deck has a salvage Ricky, which would be good because the deck doesn't have salvage, but it's yellow, it's off color. We don't want to be playing too many off color cards. If we were playing this as off color. It's like, yeah, that's pretty feels bad. What is it? The Aresh Chiri, same thing. I mean, not Kingu Chiri, it's yellow, also feels bad. No, there's not too many like insane zeros. Again, the set's pretty I think it's like realistic. It's pretty mediocre, right? Like especially the time it came out. Like we have Dal coming in next month. Like, I mean, just compare it, right?
Yeah, I think Dal's coming sometime later this year.
End of March. It's end of March in English.
Yeah,
and it's unrestricted, so it's like, tech choices. Like, honestly, this deck's are pretty teched out, right? You play a bunch of ones already. Level 1 instead of this, I was considering playing I don't remember the name, but it's like Smash when she's telling stories. It's like zoom up of her face. It's a 4K ditch a climax, so it's pretty similar to this. That's your ditch a climaxes. It's blue, so it's on color, so you don't have to worry about red at all. And then it gets on reverse draw 1, which I was like, oh, maybe it's cool because you don't care about reverse because nothing's on reverse, so you don't mind having to play 2 cards that are on reverse. But I mean, salvage is just I think salvage is more important than having access to salvage in general. Is more important than going through your deck super fast because going through your deck super fast is just dealing yourself damage faster. Free flash again. The set lacks pretty modern tools, so yeah. Tech choices. Honestly, I don't. What is there backups? Is any change backup, but you already have the Adachi. This is enough. You can grab this whenever you have salvage. You have search. Ditch 2 sucks. No one. We're not getting Smug Melia ever again, probably, right? That's probably the best profile. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know what I played over maybe one of these, right? But Mill 3 is just nice. It's a 3K backup. Leaf a counter is a leaf a counter, and then these are free backups basically. And then these have soul trees. I played really high soul count again, so I can always side. I side a lot more than the average player. I think I don't front, or even if I front, usually I'm gonna be losing board. But yeah, I side a lot. I think almost half my deck is siding. So if you see, I count my level 3s and stuff a lot. So I want to count the odds of me being able to side because I think pushing low damage. Again, in this deck, it's okay because you have an explosive top end. Yeah, but tech choices, just not too much. That's pretty whatever.
Yeah. You have any last words? Just wrap up your tournament.
No, I mean that's cool. I played this. In a tournament 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I won that one. So I was like, cool, let's play this again. This one is like, I guess it's a bit more serious because it's like money or whatever. But yeah, like honestly, I probably should have just played Konosuba, but I just haven't played that deck a lot, and I was comfortable with this deck. And yeah, like for how mediocre this deck is, yeah, I made it pretty shiny, so I'm pretty attached to it. Yeah, I enjoy playing it. It's pretty spicy. It's my style.